Welcome to Horror Funk Town, where we dive deep into the darkest moments in history, uncovering the chilling details of disasters that shook the world. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any of our spine-tingling documentaries. Today, we're exploring one of the most tragic naval disasters in recent history, the Kursk Submarine explosion. Sorry, Mr. Putin. In 1994, the K-141 Kursk was commissioned as one of the most formidable nuclear submarines in the Russian Navy, stretching 154 meters long and weighing 24,000 tons. It was a behemoth designed to stalk and destroy NATO aircraft carrier battle groups. With its 2 nuclear reactors and a terrifying arsenal of cruise missiles and torpedoes, the Kursk was thought to be indestructible. Yet, on August 12, 2000, it became nothing more than a steel tomb, lying broken on the seabed of the Barents Sea. A routine exercise turned deadly. The Kursk was part of the Summer X exercise in the Barents Sea, a large-scale naval exercise involving 30 ships, 4 attack submarines, and various smaller vessels. Newly elected Russian President Vladimir Putin intended to showcase the might of the Russian Navy, which included the Kursk. On the morning of August 12th, the Kursk was assigned the task of attacking the Pyotr Veliki battlecruiser with dummy torpedoes. However, as the Northern Fleet awaited the Kursk's victorious emergence, a catastrophic sequence of events was already unfolding beneath the surface. The Kursk's final moments. At 8:51 a.m., Captain First Rank Gennady Lyachin of the Kursk requested permission to start the torpedo training launch. The HQ approved, and the crew prepared the first of the 2 dummy torpedoes for launch. At 11:29 a.m., the sailors loaded the first torpedo into the number 4 tube. Minutes later, the hydroacoustics on the Pyotr Veliki detected an unusual signal, akin to an underwater explosion, followed by a powerful shudder. The Fleet HQ was informed, but dismissed the report. For hours, no one on the surface knew that the Kursk had suffered a catastrophic internal explosion caused by a faulty torpedo. The first explosion was small, but it triggered a much larger blast a couple of minutes later, as 5 to 7 combat-ready torpedoes detonated, blowing apart the submarine's bow and killing most of the crew instantly. Despite its robust construction, the Kursk was no match for the deadly chain reaction within its torpedo bay, the desperate search, and the cover-up. When the Kursk failed to surface after the exercise, the Northern Fleet initiated a search operation. By the early hours of August 13th, the rescue ship Mikhail Rudnitsky had detected an anomaly on the seabed, which turned out to be the Kursk, lying at a depth of 108 meters with severe damage to its bow. Despite the hope that some of the crew might have survived in the rear compartments, repeated attempts to dock rescue vessels with the submarine's escape hatch failed due to damage and poor weather conditions. Initially, the Russian government refused international assistance, attempting to downplay the disaster. Northern Fleet Commander Admiral Vyacheslav Popov even went so far as to falsely report that communication had been established with the crew and that they were receiving oxygen and electricity. This deception only fueled the anger and despair of the families waiting for news of their loved ones. The heartbreaking discovery. On August 17th, 5 days after the explosion, President Putin finally accepted foreign help. Norwegian and British rescue teams arrived, but the Russian authorities initially restricted their access to the Kursk. It wasn't until August 21st, 9 days after the sinking, that divers were able to cut through the hull and enter the submarine. Inside, they found the bodies of 23 sailors who had survived the initial explosion but had ultimately perished due to a lack of oxygen. A note found in the pocket of Captain Lieutenant Dmitry Kolesnikov, provided a heartbreaking glimpse into their final hours. Written in darkness, the note revealed that 23 men had gathered in the 9th compartment, knowing that their chances of survival were slim. Tragically, they accidentally ignited an oxygen regeneration canister in their last desperate attempts to stay alive, sealing their fate. The aftermath and the search for answers. In the aftermath of the disaster, the Russian government initially blamed the sinking on a collision with a NATO submarine. However, seismic data and further investigation revealed that the Kursk had been sunk by its own torpedo. The Type 65 torpedo, fueled by highly volatile hydrogen peroxide, had leaked due to a faulty weld, leading to a catastrophic internal explosion. The official investigation highlighted shocking breaches of discipline, negligence, and poor maintenance, but no one was held criminally accountable for the disaster, further infuriating the families of the victims. Raising the Kursk. In October 2001, more than a year after the disaster, the Dutch company Marmowet raised the Kursk from the seabed and brought it to the Rozyakovo shipyard in Murmansk. Inside, they recovered the remains of the crew, finally bringing closure to one of the most tragic naval disasters in history. If you found this story as harrowing as we did, please subscribe to Horror Funk Town for more deep dives into the world's most chilling disasters. We explore the dark corners of history, uncovering the truth behind the events that haunt our collective memory. Don't forget to hit that bell icon so you never miss an episode. And remember, sometimes the most terrifying stories are the ones that really happened. Stay safe, and we'll see you in the next video.